Hi everyone, welcome to Craft Addict K. I'm Carla, and Sam is back to hall doing homework, and husband's at work tonight, and it's the end of March, and it is time to talk about, look at my hands are flying. It's time to talk about all kinds of stuff. So today we have my end of the month wrap up for March for my cross stitching, if you'd like to see it. We also have a big announcement, kind of a big announcement for you diamond painters that are out there that like my channel. I'll just put it out there. I created a diamond painting channel too. It's called Diamond Painting Caverns. And I'll put a link below. So if you're watching this channel because you like cross stitch, great. If you're watching this channel and I've introduced you to diamond painting and you want to see my diamond painting journey as well, feel free to hop over there, subscribe, like. I only have a couple videos up, still fairly new, putting videos out. But let's talk. We've got whips. I don't have a finish. Sorry, no finishes. But at the end of the video, I am going to show you what I pack for retreat. That's right, because Carla is going to retreat and she is leaving tomorrow. So that is why we are doing our wrap-up video today. And tomorrow we are leaving for retreat for a weekend away, which will be great. So I thought, why not share with you what I pack for my retreats? And let me see. So if you want to hang out with me, come on back and we'll talk about whips. If I did this right, we are now ready to start into our cross stitch and talk about whips. So first things first. What did I work on? Well, I worked on not as many projects as I would have liked to have worked on. Did not get as many stitches done as I'd like to have gotten done. Actually, 9,389, I believe, was my total so far. But I expect a finish tonight, which I will show you next month. So we're just going to go in no particular order. But because this is right here on top and I don't want to mess it up and it's the one I'm going to be working on later, I want to show it to you. And my first whip up is Stitching Book Club from Sapphire Mountain Handcrafts. This was last year's. I purchased the patterns for the Stitching Book Club for the past year, last year. But I didn't do the patterns for the Stitching Book Club because, well, time and projects got away from me. However, I really wanted to do this pattern in particular because I had a plan for it to make a book sleeve because I read books. Between reading books, diamond painting, and cross stitching, who's got time for anything else? And I work full time. And I admin a group for roads, traveling on the road, cross stitching, local needle shops. It's busy, 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 but I don't mind busy. I love it. I love everybody's having fun. Okay, so where did I get to? It's not a very good picture because it was a PDF. How about my brain just realized that was a PDF and I could have it in Pattern Keeper, but yet I don't have it in Pattern Keeper. Well, I'm almost done with it now. I will be done. As a matter of fact, it's on my corner clamp for my Lowry stand. I will be finished with this today. The only thing I have left is to put established, the date, and then book club. I've been kind of debating on making it, instead of book club, doing girls club. But, you know, I don't want to exclude the guys. Maybe my husband will try and do this at some point. This is on a 32 count tiramisu. It's a 32 count Jobelin that I got from Under the Sea Fabrics. I'm looking at her tag. And I had this whole big piece of fabric because I started this last year. And I was going to, it was for my No New Starts 2021. And I thought, oh, I'll just do all the projects on one piece. So I have all this extra fabric. And then I didn't do all the other ones because it was like the Great Gatsby, which should probably be on a darker fabric. And I just never did the other ones. And I didn't read the books either because I just didn't. So this is where I am. And it will be, I'm trying to see. Yep, you can see. So it will be done soon. See if I can put this back here behind it. There you go. That's better. So it'll be done soon, tonight. So it has my corner clamp. And I'm going to set this pardon me, right here behind us, because I don't want it to get lost in the shuffle, because I got all kinds of things around me. And so far in that project, I put about 600 stitches. So it was a Whitgo call. That's why it got put on this month, because it was a Whitgo call. The other project I worked on this month was my Anzac. And Anzac is a pattern from Long Dog Sampler. And I worked across the top to make sure I was going correctly across the top, and frogged a lot in a couple of areas, but I'm liking how it's turning out. I am using DMC 3808. It's like a teal color, and this is one of my handmade floss drops that I actually made from a Valentine's card that one of my subscribers had sent me, and I just thought I loved the card. It had that vintage look, and so now it's my floss drop. And I think about that every time I pull that out of the pack. And I feel like I say that a lot. And this is on a Patek Lane Designs fabric called Neapolitan. I believe it's a 32 count. And the reason why it's Neapolitan is you can see it's got the pink at the bottom, then it's got the brown, and then it has the blue. And I've made it to both sides, so you can see my koala. I did not do any of the back stitching yet. Got the horse over here, and there's a bird. I did do a lot of frogging in there. My bird was off. Then come over here, and I can't remember what the name of that animal is. They told me. This is an Australian piece, Anzac, and it's an Australian fabric dyer. Patek Lane Designs, Lisa Lane. So this is her Neapolitan, and I'm really enjoying stitching on it, and I think it'll turn out nice. And if I do it right, I should end up with my kangaroos on this mountain, which is what I was going for. So there you have it. This may go with me on retreat. I haven't decided if I'm going to take this or not. It is an easy one to travel with because it's only one floss color. So it does make it an easy one to take with you. And I do have it as a PDF, so it is in my pattern keeper. So that one is a potential that might go. So I'll just kind of set that over here to the side because that might go. On Anzac, I did 1,342 stitches this month. Okay, what else we got? Well, I think this in my Garon bag is One Nation. Nope, it's not. Nope, it is not. It is something completely different. Ha! So what is this, you ask? This is Teresa Kogut, Cotswold Fields, and this is my copy of the pattern. I have the book. I am up here in this corner, just starting on the words, and I love this, by the way. This came from Grace Notes Fabrics. They have some bling bling, and I had shown this before when I did an unboxing, or I showed it on my video when I first got it. It's got a camper and little stockings, but I love this clip. And the reason why I love that clip is because I use document protectors a lot for my paper patterns to just kind of protect them. Plus it protects my fabric if I'm highlighting on it. But that clip, I can clip right in that hole, and it keeps it right with the pattern, so there's no doubt. And these are my flosses. And I put the card that came with this fabric on my floss ring with the name of the project that I'm doing on the back of it. So this helps me to tell you what I'm doing. So this is a Lugana. It was a fat quarter. I cut it down because I had two projects going weird directions, and it was starting to confuse even my brain. So this is Joy to the World fabric, 25 count. I am stitching it 1/1, and I wished I would have brought a board. I can hear Gary now going, "Where is your board at?" Well, I'm going to improvise a board. Okay. So, and I did leave this on the Q-snap because I am not finished with this. This one may go with me. You're going to hear that a lot. This one might go with me to retreat. I really like stitching on it. and I don't think I met my whip go goal for it yet. Cotswold Fields, I did 1,400 stitches, so I have met my whip go goal. However, what makes it intriguing to take to retreat is because all of my flosses are already pulled for it. And last time I took my whole bin of floss, this time I'm trying something different because I don't want to take my whole DMC set. So I want to take projects that have the floss pulled for them, and I only need a couple projects, right? So this might go with me. This is where I am. It is a fun stitch. But really like this. I did make a color change here. I wrote it down. She calls for Dublin Bay from Classic Colorworks on the face here. But I just felt like it would match too closely to my fabric color, so I went with a Gentle Arts Dungaree. Everything else is called for in DMC, mostly DMC. So, yeah, if you can see it, I really had fun stitching that little bird, and it's got a wreath, and they're starting the words. There's words across the top, so I'm starting into that, which I think would be a quick, easy thing to stitch at retreat. See, my brain's already thinking like STITCHCON. Like, even if I'm kind of using this retreat coming up this weekend as a preview for STITCHCON. I'm going to Weekend Day. Samantha's going too. It'll be nice for her to actually start stitching. But I will be in Weekend A, and I want to see feasibly, what do I really need to take with me? So this is my test run. What do I take on retreat? And how many projects do I really think I need to have? All right, so this is Cotswold Fields. That might go with me on retreat because I have all the floss pulled for it. My goal was to take three projects, maybe 4. No more than 4. I'm leaving Thursday after work, so I'll be there Friday, Saturday, coming home Sunday. So I'm thinking 4 should be plenty. But we'll see. All right, let's see. This is one, yes, you're going to hear it again, I'm taking with me on retreat. The reason why I'm taking this one with me on retreat is it's almost finished. And I think if I take it and work on it, it could become a finish. So this is in a project bag, and I think I got this project bag from Stitch and Button. I think. I'm not 100% sure. And it has my Garon grime guard in there and a Q-snap. Good thing to know because Q-snaps. This is a very easy chart. It's a Lizzie Kate. It's called Happy Haunting. There you go. And I have made some color changes a little bit just to kind of brighten things up. And this is on Ocean Glass. It is also a dyed piece from Patek Lane Designs. She is based in Australia. And this one is a 32 count called Ocean Glass. It's an even weave. I'll show you her card. There is her card. All right, and it's a big piece. I took this with me when, so my husband's birthday was this month. And so I took him to Niagara Falls, and we stayed up there for the weekend, and we went and saw the Niagara Falls and went to the, I'll put pictures at the end, went to Hard Rock Cafe and just really tried to relax and enjoy ourselves. And so I took a piece that I thought would be easy to stitch on, and it was. So this is Happy Haunting. Let me show you. This is the piece that I got, Ocean Glass. How pretty is that? And I am showing you the back. Still pretty. Look, it's still pretty. Happy Haunting, I did, let's see, 1,393 stitches. So I have met my WIPCO goal. It was called for the month of March. And I'm just going to fold this down so I can get up there a little bit closer for you. And that is where I am so far. Sorry about the thread. So that's his arm, got his bow tie, and it says Happy Haunting. Lizzie Kate. And it, I think, other than the white is kind of tedious, there's not much else left. There's like a garland with a bat, a hat, a pumpkin, and a star. Like, that's not a lot. So the bulk of it is the white. And I am not a big fan of stitching on white, but I will make that work. So, and the funny story is, I took this with me on retreat, or not on retreat, I'm sorry. I took this with me on our trip, and we're getting ready to leave. My husband is driving, and so I thought, well, I'll stitch. This will be an easy thing to stitch on. I pull it out, got my Q-snap, got everything. I threw everything in the bag so quickly, I was missing the clamp on the side of my Q-snap. So I had the sides, and I had one at the bottom, and I just could not get the fabric tight enough. So we ended up stopping, because I said, you got to stop somewhere, or else turn and go back home, because I need to get something to do this. He's trying to figure out how he can get me a clamp at a Walmart. I'm like, they don't have it. I need to go get a hoop. Take me to a Walmart. There's got to be a Walmart along the way. We passed a couple because we didn't realize where we were at, and the Walmart was like right there, and we saw it after we drove. You know how it is when you drive past the exit, and the things that you're looking for is, you turn around and you see it behind you because it was off the exit, but there was no signage leading up to the exit that say that there was a Walmart. Tell you everything else is there, not a Walmart. Anyways, we did end up stopping, and I purchased a hoop, and I stitched on a hoop the whole time. So now my hoop has made it into my bag for retreats, because you never know when you're going to need a hoop. So it's my to-go thing. I have it ready to go. All right, so that's going to retreat, maybe. Only because I think I could get it finished. You know, I think I could. And it's small, easy to travel with, right? Okay, we're down to the last two. All right, One Nation. This is by, let me show you here, Bygone Stitches. And it is called One Nation. And I am doing this on a Slovak Farms dyed fabric called, I think it's called Dirt Road. I'm probably wrong. She's going to tell me if I'm wrong. But it is by Slovak Farms. Love it, by the way. Great fabric to stitch on. And I am working on the stars. So this is on my roller frame, and I wanted something vintage looking, so you can see the fabric. I am doing this 2/2, and that's where I am. How much I love stitching on white, but we're about to start the words. I'm over to the side so I could start in the red now that goes across and start the words. I just, for whatever reason, there was a prompt and I needed to stitch on white, so you see my thread, that's where I stopped. Are you like me? I know Jamie is, because she made me more aware of it. That's right, I'm calling Jamie out. And it's not tight on my roller frame. You can see there's a lot of give, because I don't store them tight, because I don't know when I'm going to get back to this. On One Nation, I did One Nation, where are you? 1,659 stitches. So it has met its Whipco goal. As you know, I have 4 Whipco boards. The first one is 2,200 stitches. The following 3 are mostly 1,100 stitches for each project called. Then she calls 2 projects a month, so I end up with 8 projects called. So I did complete 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll have 6 done before the month is out. So I'll have 6 out of 8 of them done. That's not bad. The other 2 I didn't touch, which was Disney World Map, which is a huge one, and my Autumn Quaker. I still have not touched it, and that was a January call, and I haven't touched it yet either. So it just doesn't come up on prompts. But as I was starting to say, do you find yourself, when you stitch, if you're a stitch counter, not everybody's a counter, I get it. Some people count time, some people don't count at all, they just stitch, and I get it. There's some freedom in that too. I like that too. But do you find that you don't want to stop on an odd number? And when I say an odd number, like 389, does that bother you? Do you do that one more stitch to get to 390, or a couple more stitches to get to an even 400 or 225 or 250. I'm just curious if I'm the only one. So leave me a comment below. Tell me if you find that you try to get to that next round number, and do you just find that you're just too tired, and wherever you stop, you stop. Either way is fine. I was just curious because I find when I'm on Zoom, I stitch more when I'm not on Zoom, number one. So I don't get on Zoom during the week because my stitching time is very narrow because I work Monday through Friday, and I'm about to pick up some Saturdays. So my stitching time has gone way down. And so if I'm on Zoom, I'm talking and looking at things on my phone, and I'm not really getting the stitches in that I normally get in. So I've realized I need to stay off of Zoom when I really want to get some stitches in, because I can get a good amount of stitches in. Sunday, I did not get on Zoom. I did 1,000 stitches. So like I need that focus time. And plus it helped that my husband worked this past weekend, so he wasn't here to say, let's go here and let's go there. All right. The other item that came up on my WIPCO for the month of March is Magic Study, the rainbow version. So here you go. This artwork is by Rose Kahn. It is, I have both. I have the regular Magic Study and I have the Rainbow Magic Study. And I prefer Rainbow because I think you see a lot more. As you know, I've taken some pictures of my projects. Thanks to Lisa Lane. This was her great idea of their cover photos so that I could go get them printed at my local Walmart. And for pennies, it's a lot easier than trying to whip out all the other stuff. So hopefully you see them, even though, look, here you go. So you can see a lot more. That's the project. And I am up here in this corner here. And you can just see the tips of my butterfly up there. So this is on 25 count, easy grid. It is on my Omnic frame. It is a big one. I just kind of sewed some fabric into a pillowcase kind of thing just to cover it and protect it. I don't know. I'm weird that way. I don't like my projects sitting open because I have windows, and you know, these are long-term projects. I know they're going to be long-term projects, so I try to protect them when I can. And I don't like to take them on and off the Omnic frame, even though you can. It's just kind of a headache for me. I don't know. I'm spoiled. So if I had to take it off, I would. But you can see the little butterflies. You can see the start of the light up here. Butterflies, my little Harry Potter needle minder. That was sent to me by one of our subscribers. And I'm sorry. I am really awful about remembering names. I am so awful. But she had sent me Hermione, and she sent me Harry Potter, and I can't remember. Was it Mad for Minders? I'm not sure. It was when we first started, Samantha and I first started our videos. And before I just, it's nice when people send us stuff, but it doesn't happen often, and then I forget. You know, I know that a subscriber sent it, but I didn't write it down back then as to where it came from. I should be better at that. I have to get better at that. It's hard. There's a lot of stuff in this brain. That's what I tell my husband. At the end of the day, I'm pretty well spent, and he wants to ask me 101 questions, and I'm like, look, I don't care what we have for dinner. I don't care what kind of dog food you buy. I've had enough questions today. I don't want to think. I just want to relax and stitch. I don't want to think. Do you have those days? I know I'm asking you 101 questions. I don't mean to. Here I am asking you questions as I'm putting my stuff away. Okay, so that would be my Magic Rainbow Study. Okay. How you doing so far? Hanging in there still? Hanging in there still? I have one more I'm going to tell you about. But unfortunately, because I am me, I did not. Let me put this back in here so I don't lose it. I didn't keep the project. I sent it off. Okay, so to give you an idea, and I'm sorry if you hear Max snoring. He's underneath the table here, and I hear him quite loudly. Max likes to be underneath me all the time. So listen. Listen, Linda. Okay, I'm doing a round robin. This is the first time I've ever done anything like this. And I'm telling you, if you have a group of friends, I encourage you to do this because I have learned so much already, and we're just starting, and it's fun. It's funner than I thought it would be. If you have a group of friends that you trust that will stitch and send a pattern on, and you can share, you get the opportunity to, one, try different flosses that you've never tried or invested in. Two, try different fabrics that you don't have. And three, make more friends. Why not? You get to stitch. And whatever you stitch is going to be treasured by the next person, that person that you're stitching on. Hopefully they treasure it. Maybe they won't. Maybe it'll go in their closet. These are diamond paintings. Don't pay attention to those. Those are diamond paintings. On that end is where all the cross stitch is. Okay. So I am in this round robin we called it the Dreaming of Sal, because it is Rosewood Manor's Dreaming of series. I don't know if it's a series, but they're different flowers, and we all picked different flowers, and we selected our fabric, selected our floss, and we're sending it every other month to the next person in our group. So I'm going to tell you who's in our group. Hannah Dowling. She has a floss tube. Sarah King from My Stitching Kingdom. Ooh, Sarah, I hope I said that right. Bobby Nally from Pumpkin Primitives. Janet Osborne from Janet Jabber. Me, that's my name. Carla Pagan from Craft Addict K. Crystal Rowe from Crystal Rowe. And Corinne and Colleen Simpson from Grace Note Stitchers. Corinne and Colleen actually came up with the whole plan and then put it into action. God bless people that can do that. I'm not that person. Anyway, so the idea is you stitch a motif and you pass it along. So I'm going to insert a picture here because I got Janet Jabber's sent to me. She sent me hers, and it was sunflowers. And so I will show you a picture here of what it was like when I got it. And here's a picture of when I sent it back to her. So hopefully, if I'm editing and I did it right, you got to see both. So now this month, I got Bobby's, and Bobby picked daisies. So I've got her package here. I'm just going to show. This is going to retreat with me. I'm like a broken record. Okay, so this is beautiful. I hadn't even taken it out till now. So, you know, I got it. I was all excited. I was like, oh, yes. So excited to get it. But, so I liked doing Janet's. I never stitched on Ada that wasn't crunchy and cut into you. So much so that I ordered some Ada from a fabric dyer. So, does that tell you anything? Okay, so this is... Check it out. She uses the project cards from S Word Designs. I've shown these on my channel before. If you don't check out S Word Designs, you should. This is great. She's got the back circled, what days she worked on it. She's got all the information on here. I don't keep up with these as well as I should. So she selected Dreaming of Daisies, and here is the pattern. I believe 2 people in the group picked the daisies, I think. So this is the pattern. Okay, and she wants us to, she put a little sticker on it. She wanted us to sign her original pattern and mark her project card that we stitched on it. And she picked 18 count Ada, 2/1. This is Bobby's from Pumpkin Primitive. So this is what she sent. So she did, I'm looking, looks like she picked, which one did she pick? I think, yep, she picked up here in this upper corner here. She did this motif. So now I got to figure out which motif to do. So look at that on that fabric. This is Bee Stitch Me fabric. Did she say Bee Stitch Me Stonehenge? So look at that. How pretty is that? Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. All right. So this is going to go with me on my retreat this weekend. And that's because it's Ada. It'll be easier for me to stitch on. Oh, look at this. Look. It's like Christmas, but it's not my Christmas. Look at the, I don't know whether to call it a bling, but check that out. That is really cool. That is so cool. It's very heavy, but it's on her floss ring. I like that. She also has floss that I've not tried or heard of, so I'm really excited to try it. It is called Forbidden Fiber Company. I've not tried this before. It was established in 2009. I've never even heard of them, but I'm really excited to give it a go. She's got some classic color works on here and some weeks dye works, so some really pretty colors. So the idea is that you stitch a motif. So I need to pick a motif and stitch it, and then I send it off to the next person. So I actually can have this for 2 months. So since this is for April, May, end of May, I need to have a motif stitched on this and it's sent off to the next person, which is very doable. There's no reason it's not doable. And we all have floss tubes, so you probably see it all on our different floss tubes. Crystal Rowe, I watched her. She showed mine that she did. I have my project on Fortnite Fabrics, and I did tulips. And so anyway, so I did tulips. So that was, and I got to see her progress on my project. So pretty. So pretty. I'm so excited. I love all the colors. And I like the opportunity to work on with some fibers, with some fabric I wouldn't normally pick for myself. And look, it's already enabled me. Now I'm really anxious to try this Forbidden and get more information on them because it looks very interesting. Approximately 6 yards. The color fast. Look at that pistachio. Look at that pistachio. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right, so we kind of went from that into haul a little bit. So let's just do an unboxing, shall we? It's not really well, it could be an unboxing, but it's not really an unboxing. I got my fabric from Grace Notes Fabrics. So if you follow them, they do have a Facebook group. She now has a website that is new website. I didn't even open this. This is how it comes. I haven't opened it. I opted this for the, she has like an accessory, mystery accessory in addition to the fabric of the month that you can opt into. This is the first month. I did opt into it. And I'll tell you, I send a lot of packages out of here as prizes for my road trip group. So I repurpose any kind of packing material I can. So we're going to pull this out. And I don't know that this one has the, I'm not sure, but comes beautifully wrapped. See, thank you for doing business. And she has wrapped it into her tissue paper. I say her, but it's her in the family. Oh, and I did. Okay, so, yeah, I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember. So the addition that I got is little baggie and these beautiful scissors. These are Bowen scissors. It's got a little cover. Oh my gosh, and it has a little squirrel. Look, look, look. Can you see that? Is it focusing? I can't tell if it's focusing, but I hope it is. Look at those. Oh, that's awesome. I like them. Bowen scissors, and I like that it comes with a cover because I lose covers. So thank you, Corinne and Colleen, for that, and the whole Simpson family. They're all involved in all process of this. I got a sticker. It is a flamingo. I love flamingos. And a nice little note that says thank you, the Simpsons. So very nice. And I am in both clubs, the neutral club, and I'm in her, I don't know, color club. But I chose 25 count because I didn't, okay, so this is what I do. Every year since I've gotten back into stitching, I try and pick a different fabric dyer so that I have variety in my stash. I also pick different fabric sizes. So I have some 28 count, not a lot left. So I'm probably going to have to get into a 28 count club next year. I have 32 count. I have 36 count. That's as high as I feel I can go. And now I'm picking up 25 count, which because I'm in no new starts in the last 2 years, I haven't used a lot of fabric. So but I have got a stack of what I'm starting come December. I've already started to put my stack together of what I want to start and started kitting things up. All right, so I'm digressing. I hope you don't mind. I hope you're stitching. I hope you're stitching in all of this. All right, so Grace Notes Fabrics White Peach Tea, 25 count Lugana, and let's show you. Look at that. This is the neutral. Very nice, nice yellow. Nice yellow. They just hit their 1,000 subscribers, so it's so exciting. Very nice. Love stitching on their fabric. Very nice to stitch on. This one is called Fermata. The fabric of the month. Grace Notes Fabric. I'm going to say Fermata. And this is more of a mustardy color. To me, it looks kind of a mustardy yellow, golden. That could almost be as a new, it's a little darker, but that could almost even work as like a neutral, it's like a golden mustard, where this is more of a yellow. See? That gives you a good contrast. You can kind of tell the difference between this golden yellow and then this kind of a mustardy, golden mustardy color. Love it, love it, love it. I get a fat quarter, 25 count fat quarter. I can do a lot with this. As you know, I'm doing my Gnome of the Months on 25 count fabric. So I've been looking at them as they come in and kind of thinking which month do I want to put on which. I'm still working on June. I'm not that fast. I didn't get any stitches on it this month. So that would be my fabrics of the month. Okay, let me wrap this up, put this out of the way, because I don't want you to be distracted. Okay. All right, that's all the stitching stuff. Now, if you're interested in what I'm packing for retreat, and I apologize, I keep looking over there because when I set my iPad up today, for some reason I put my camera over here, and I'm used to looking over there. So I keep forgetting, and I'm looking over there. I need to look over here. Okay. All right. So if you want to know what I take on retreat, get your paper, get your pencil. Let's start making a list together. All right. I'm looking for my list. Okay. So what do I take on retreat? First of all, we need a bag, right? I have this big deep bag. It's a deep bag. I can put my projects in it. I tend to put the heavy stuff on the bottom. Okay, so we need a bag. We got a project bag. Okay, got a hoop. Got to have a hoop. Okay, I'm really not being facetious, but if you're going to take something for the brag table, you want to make sure you pack that. So I write brag table. Because if there's something I want to take, like here's my hazel, I'm going to take hazel to retreat this time to be my brag item. I don't know. Somebody might want to see her. I haven't framed her yet. So, okay. So there's that. You need a power source. Now, not all places require you to have a power source. Most places will have cords, okay? But I go prepared. So I'm going to show you two things I take, okay? The first thing that I take with me, whether I need it or not, I take a surge protector. And if I have a power cord or a power source, I can plug in my surge protector because not everything has that kind of protection, and I don't want my stuffer in. So I do take a surge protector in the event I need it. If I don't need it, somebody else might have forgotten their cord, so it never hurts to have an extra one, right? So that goes with me. The other thing I have for power is the best investment I've ever made. If you go to retreats or you go to stitching days, this is the best investment you'll ever make. I went to Home Depot. I got this thing that is called, it is a Ryobi, okay? It's a Ryobi. It has, I'm turning the power on. It has a light that shines. You can see it shines if you wanted it to. You don't have to have it shine. It also has 2 USB ports, and it has a, so the camera blinked off for a minute, so let me get refigured here. So I was showing you is my Ryobi. Let me show you this. This is how it comes. Oh, battery operated, okay? This is a battery charger, Ryobi, or R-Y-O-B-I, okay? So what I do is I have this little piece of equipment plugged in my room at the hotel or wherever I'm staying, and I take my extra battery and it goes on here, just snaps on like that. I take, because mine came with 2 batteries. I take this battery, I take this piece, as you can tell, this piece right here, and all it does is it goes right over the top, just like that, snaps in place. To take it off, it's got 2 little push-ins here on the side, here, in there, and I just squeeze those and lift it up and it releases it. So this is the plug, this is the battery, okay? I sit this and I use this in my diamond painting when I'm downstairs. I use this, plug in a reading light. If I don't want to bother people, I'll put in my light pad, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I can even plug in, and I didn't bring, where's my plug? Oh, there it is. Don't think I'm going to let you down. All right. So I have my iPad, right? Other thing on your packing list. Make sure you have your electronics, okay? But I can plug in, I'll show you. I can plug in my light pad here. I have another port underneath it. I can plug in my phone charger. I can charge that. As long as my light is green here on the top, it's on. I can shut it off. No power is going to it. Turn it on. It's red. It turns green. That means I am fully charged. When it runs out, I just switch the battery. I tested this recently because I wanted to see how much life I could get from this. And I was on it probably 6 to 8 hours, easily 6 to 8 hours, before I had to switch the battery. And that was on and off, and I was messing around. I had it actually propped up behind me at the hotel, and I had my light plugged into it. So let's show you the light, because I think that... So on your packing list, you need your electronics. So make sure you have your iPad, if it's an iPad, or you know your whatever you have your pattern keeper on. Make sure you have your phone. Make sure you have a phone charger. All right. Then I've got this. I know you can't see it, but inside here is my light, and you have to have light. I've been in places where the light is so dark. This case is a hard case. I got this from Joann Fabrics. It's actually a knitting needle case. That's where I got it from. That's what it's for. What I use it for is I carry my light in it. This is my portable light. And this, I'm going to set this off to the side, the case off to the side. This is the great thing about this light, is it folds up, okay? And it has a magnifier, okay? This is called a daylight. You can set it at different angles. You can, I was going to say, you can turn it. So you can see I can turn it. So I can get, I can flip it up. So I can get different angles with it, okay? So, but look at the plug on the end. This is what I do. I have my charging box, right? I plug in this. Guess what? Now, I have a light. Light source. Light. I can move this. I'm not strapped to the table anywhere. I can put it on the floor if I want. I can set it behind where I'm stitching if I want. I can set it off to the side. Wherever I have room, I can look. I have my lid. I can flip up. I can look down through if I'm trying to do little work. See? Lots of light. And you can see oh, I don't want to blind you. Ah! Okay, so This is called a daylight. I did get it on Amazon, I believe. It's got different levels, different brightnesses. So highest setting, tap it again, tap it again, tap it again. So there's 3 settings on it. Okay. I could unplug it back here. It unplugs. I tend to leave it plugged in because I don't want to mess up any inner workings because there's some movable parts here. That's just my own preference. So when I get to retreat, I unfold my light and it folds up small. It can go in a suitcase. I specifically got this case from Joann's because it was hard cased. It fit the light in it. You can see it's for knitting needles. It's got a little pouch for extra stuff, but I could fit my light in it. I knew it would be protected in it. And I didn't want anything happening to it. So with the hard case, as you can see, I can tuck it all in. It's all tucked in. Zip it up. I'm ready to go. Light goes in the bag. Matter of fact, because it fits right in the bottom. It's hard cased. I don't have anything drastically heavy to put directly on top of it. So, again, best investment ever. I cannot recommend this enough. I've used this all over the place. Okay, so we have our charger, okay, and a battery, and we have our extra. Take that, put that in our bag. All right, next thing I take is my table clamp. I have a Lowry stand table clamp. I got it from the Tinsmith's wife. This works. It's not cheap, but I saw it at STITCHY and it works wonderfully. You can take this way down to different widths. It clamps onto the table. It has this that goes into the top like that. You can spin it 360 degrees. I use this to tighten it, so if I don't want to spin it anymore. Then I take my clamp from my Lowry and I put it right on there. So this is my side clamp. I could use it with my corner clamp. I tend to, for retreats, because I use my corner clamp more here, I tend to take my side clamp just because I use my corner clamp so much here. But I could take either or I could take both. As long as I have those 3 pieces, I am good to go. I can hook that on a table. I don't have to fight with my stand. And if you saw my stand, which I don't think you can see all of it, there's lights and holders and weights and all kinds of stuff. So this is a must-go for me. So I just throw that in my bag. I know it's there. I will go ahead and put my end clamp in there because you never know. Might need it. Sorry for banging around. The other thing that I take with me is I have a Dollar Tree item. It's a pencil box. The reason I have it is because it holds all of my items, like I have highlighter, pen, scissors. These scissors, I have my Fabulous Fob, and this was from a subscriber she sent me, and it's got all the Christmas candy canes, and it's got the cover on it, which I love. For if you're traveling and going to retreat, you want something that, 1, is going to stand out. 2, if you accidentally throw it in with your stuff, it's not going to poke your fabric. So the covers are nice for that. Because when I'm at home, I use the frog, you know, with the holes, the little frog thing. I use that in my stitchy spot. So I try and keep these things in my container. I also have needles. So you remember I showed this before. I have some extra needles in here. I even still have them in the pack. I think these are John James in there. But this holds your needles. I just kind of shoved the pack in there. I got them from something. And it's magnet to the top. And I leave that in there. And I carry a couple of extra floss drops. And the reason why I carry, I know there's just a couple. I think there's like 5 or 6. So there's like 5 here. Because if I have floss for whatever reason, maybe I pick up some floss, you know, and I want to add something to something I'm doing, or I run out of something and I pick up something. I just like to have something extra. Usually, and I haven't put it in here yet, is I will put in like a little notebook. It's got, so I have paper to write on. Somebody wants to give me their address, I can have something to write it on. And if I put it in this case, I know where it's at and I'm not going to lose it. When I come back, I empty this case out with all of my papers, and I have an address book, and I put the addresses in the address book. Okay? So this goes to retreat. The other thing, which is a great thing to have on retreat that most people don't think about, and that's lotion. You need some hand lotion. This I won from Fun Day Stitchers. It's glove in a bottle. My hands get really dry, and when I'm stitching, it gets even more dry because I think that the fibers pick up the oils in your hands. So I keep a bottle of lotion by my stitchy spot that is safe, I guess, for I'm told it is anyway, for when you're stitching. It dries quickly, you know, moisturizes your hands, dries quickly. So I'm hoping that this will do the same thing. Shielding lotion, you know. So I'm going to take this with me so I have some lotion. And the last thing, well, not really the last thing, but I guess you can add it to your list. If you're writing everything down, you want to take your stitching book. And this is my stitching book, because I have all of my calendar in here, all of my whip list is in here, all of my stitches are in here, all of my challenges are in here. Everything is in my book. So we have that. And you probably want to throw in a needle minder, which I did not throw in a needle minder. Why didn't I do that? Oh, because I have it sitting over there. Well, it never hurts to have a needle minder, because everybody needs an extra needle minder. Oh, look at, I got plenty of them up here. So let me just grab, I'm going to grab Alaska, my Alaskan Eagle needle minder, and I will put that in. So I have a minder. It's in my case. Remember I talked about Q-snaps. I have Q-snaps in my project bags with my projects that are going. I have the floss in my project bags with the projects that I'm taking with me. And the only other thing is, if you're doing a gift exchange, you want to make sure you pack your gift exchange. If you have something, some retreat you go to will have a freebie table. So if you have maybe some previous projects that you're no longer stitching, or you have some projects that you're not going to stitch and you want to donate, that's a good place to take it, to donate to somebody else. They usually will, most of them will have a freebie table that people will bring in things that they don't use. I've even put a stitching stand on a freebie table before because I was frustrated with it. Somebody snagged it before it actually hit the table, but that's okay. They couldn't have it. Patterns, magazines, floss. I've gotten Cryonic off of the freebie table, which was kind of interesting, so I could try it, you know, and that's what a freebie table's for. It's for things that you don't want, somebody else might, you know. Don't discount things, because there's people out there that are looking for something specific that maybe isn't in print anymore. You might have it and not even realize it because it's not something you would normally use. So I encourage you to utilize that option. And I told you brag table. And I guess we probably ought to take our clothes. So you need your toiletries, you need your clothes, something to wear, something comfortable. I'm told to dress in seasons. I don't know about you, but here in Pennsylvania, Mother Nature's been on, she's been on a crazy train. Because last week we were in the 60s. Today we were on a 2-hour delay because of snow. I mean, it just goes from one extreme to the other. And by the time I got off work today, it was in the 60s again. I just can't make heads or tails of it. So, plus you don't know when you get to a place, if it's in a hotel or in a convention center or what have you, the temperature of the room may be warmer than you like, so you want to be able to have layers so you can take something off without being naked. And you may find that it is cooler than you like, so you want to have a sweater or something that you can put on. So there's your tips and tricks on what to take with you to retreat. It'll at least get you started. Don't forget your projects, because that is the most important thing, to make sure you have your projects with you. And I think that's it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to insert the pictures from my husband's trip that we went to Niagara Falls, and I am going to bid you farewell. Happy stitching. Come visit me on my diamond painting channel if you'd like, and please like, subscribe, do all the things. If you stuck with me this long and you've listened to me babble and you want to hear me babble again next month, stay tuned. Bye everybody.